Hello, welcome back to my channel, my friends. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday when I'm starting this vlog. I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but I am recovering from an illness. And honestly, this week has just been not at all what I expected it to be, considering it's like the week that I'm back from my vacation and I was so excited to like decorate for Christmas and do chanmas prep. Things have definitely gone differently than I expected, which I'll talk to you about briefly right here. I don't want to spend too much time dwelling on things that are like really not only unfun, but also kind of depressing. I want this to be a more uplifting and like exciting vlog, but the reality is this week has like not gone to plan. So for context, we went to Disney last week. We spent Monday through Sunday in Disney World and in Florida, and it was just so fun. I say in Disney World, like we also ended up going to Universal Studios for the first time, which was really fun. But on Saturday, like the last actual day that we were there, Sunday was like the day we flew back and it was really early in the morning. Saturday, I started to feel a little bit sick, and I can't say I'm surprised considering how many people in Orlando were coughing openly and just like with reckless abandon. It does not surprise me that I came down with respiratory illness. What it is, I'm not sure. I COVID tested and I didn't, have a positive or anything, but I feel like the newer strains haven't been picking up on tests anyway. And frankly, the solution in general when you're sick is just to stay at home, and I can stay home and not leave the house with the ease, basically. I've been feeling shitty since Saturday. I'm feeling better today, and I was also feeling good yesterday, so I'm hoping I'm just like on the mend and things are gonna get better, but I still can't taste or smell anything, which is also kind of why I'm like, is this just like extreme congestion or is it Rona? I'm not really sure, but that was not fun. And then we came back and picked our dogs up from boarding, and we knew we were gonna have to take Dingo this week for his biopsy, which I've talked about in other vlogs. He has like a growth in his mouth, and we're kind of unsure of what that is, if it's benign, if it's cancerous, whatever. So we knew he would have to get surgery to remove that mass and biopsy it. When we came back from vacation, what we didn't expect was for RP to be really sick. Like he just decided that he didn't want to eat and he was vomiting quite a lot when we came back. We just really weren't sure for a while what it was. And by we weren't sure for a while, I mean, we took him to the vet immediately, and the vet has been trying to figure out what's wrong for the past few days. We have confirmed today that there is no sort of like blockage. He didn't eat anything weird while he was boarded, which is good, but he's got something going on and they're running blood tests. Regardless, the solution is going to be some sort of medication, just depending on what like the blood test and continued like testing, I guess, that they're doing right now says. But it's just been it's been overwhelming, both like, emotionally and also just unexpected financial stuff. Like I was really looking forward to Christmas and looking forward to just like all of the fun things coming up, and now I'm just like, we just had to pay for dog boarding, dog surgery, and also all this dog testing, and like obviously we do whatever we can for our babies, but it's just like not been the exciting like fun time that I was expecting when I came back. Because I have to say, positive note, moving on from some of the sadder, more depressing things, I realized on that vacation and on that trip that I hadn't really taken a true break from YouTube in a while. It's weird to say that because I have taken breaks this year. I feel like this is the most inconsistent I've been with posting the entire time I've been on YouTube. Just because I wasn't posting doesn't mean that I wasn't thinking about YouTube, stressing about YouTube, reading for videos that I wasn't posting, things like that. And this is the first week that I've had, I think, all year where I really have not given any thought to YouTube. I was just like enjoying time with my husband. At the end of the trip, I was so excited to like get back and put my Christmas tree up, which I normally do on my birthday, which was last week. So it's like the latest I've ever, done Christmas decor here, but I was so excited to like do things this week and, do chanmas prep and do reading, and then I was immediately sick. So it's been a little bit not great, but what I was going to say, I guess, is that I feel very rejuvenated, and I guess like that week off was something I didn't realize how much I needed. Just like a true week to not think about it at all, and then to feel like, oh my god, I'm so excited to get back to it. Like that was really exciting, and I want to do that more going forward next year. Not just not posting, not just whatever, but like, I mean, truly like taking a break for a week to not read, like forcing myself to not read, which is kind of hard, to be honest, when you're used to reading every single day, but so refreshing. And I will say, despite the illness making me a little bit depressed because I'm not able to do the things that I want, I am still feeling like rejuvenated creatively, and I'm so excited to do chanmas. If you're like, Chandler, what the fuck is chanmas? I'm new here. Chanmas is a combination of vlogging and like planned content that I used to do over on my main channel, and this year it's gonna look a little bit different in that I'm going to be kind of combining chanmas on both channels. You're not going to see a daily vlog every single day over here, but I will be posting every single day on YouTube, so it'll be alternating between the main channel and this channel, but you will be seeing a lot of daily vlogs over here, and I'm so excited about it. Christmas and the holidays, it's just like my favorite time of year, all the good Christmassy things, so I will be doing that over here, and I'm going to be starting filming for chanmas next week. I've never gotten more than like a day or two ahead on vlogs, but I'm hoping to be a week ahead in vlogs so that I have a lot of time to like also enjoy the season while posting. So that is something that I am trying to prep for this week. I want to get some reading done for some of the planned content content I have for my main channel during Chanmas. I also would like to put away my Halloween decor, which is still out. I did not get a chance to put that away before we went on our vacation, and I would love to just like start with a cleaned and prepped house before I decorate for Christmas. That is like one of the things that I strive to do. We normally like wash the couch, do deep vacuuming. We have to kind of move our couch out of the way too to assemble our tree, so just like a good time to kind of get everything squared away. So Dingo was also like a little bit vomity too, and there's a couple of spots on my carpet in here that I want to get out the wet vac and like really deep clean. There's just like a lot of sort of miscellaneous housekeeping things that I would like to get done, in addition to you know, prepping like video stuff. Kind of what we're gonna be doing in this vlog, be taking you around with me, kind of a get it all done with me sort of thing as I kind of clean my house and get prepped for Chanmas. I'm very excited about it. I wish that it would be more exciting. I wish I could like take you out of the house with me, but since I am still sick, like I'm not chancing that at the moment. I think I probably will wait until at least Sunday before I chance leaving the house, because I do not want to get anyone else sick. I will be staying my ass at home for the rest of the week, but I'll show you the things I'm eating and can talk about things. I feel like I have a lot of like, I don't want to say existentially things to talk about, but I do have some things that have been on my mind besides just my excitement for Chanmas. Some kind of deeper things. It's about kids, and I don't know. I had like a list. I started typing a list yesterday of like things I wanted to talk to you about, so it might be a little bit deep. Let's wait on that. Let's get to cleaning first. I have some reading sprints to do before that, but like let's get to picking up Halloween stuff, and then we could do some deep chats, if you will. So clearly putting away the Halloween decor didn't take that long. I'm glad I got that done. I still have so much cleaning to do in our living room, like being in there and getting all of the pieces down, just realizing like how dirty everything is. I'm really grateful for my sister. She like vacuumed and like really took care of the house while we were gone, which was so welcome, but house just gets so dirty so quickly. There's already like little wet litter prints on the floor from Binky. So there's like so much to be done. I need to mop that. I need to clean the couch. There's, you know, so much to do, but that's a story and a task for another day, because honestly, I just got really tired after doing that, even though that wasn't very much work. I think that's just the nature of illness, but glad that I was able to get that done. And hopefully over the next few days, I can kind of separate out the different tasks and stuff cleaning wise I want to do, because on Monday, baby, it's Christmas tree time and I'm looking forward to it. But I just wanted to sit down and update y'all on one, how the dogs are doing. Y'all just saw them. And also on my musings. I have my notes app in front of me. I have 3 topics to talk about. And looking at the topics, I thought that they were going to be like things I haven't talked about or like new things. And I'm looking at them, I'm like, these are the things I talk about all the fucking time. Just like more of me talking about the same shit. I mean, such is life, I guess. I think like the things that are important to us or are on our minds like continue to come up, but the dogs are good. I should say. I'm gonna start off with that. The dogs are doing good. Dingo's biopsy surgery went really well. They had to like pull a couple of teeth while they were in there, but obviously good to get a dental done anyway. We get dentals done pretty frequently for him. Said that like based on the thing that they removed from his mouth, it doesn't look like it's cancerous, but like we'll know more obviously once the biopsy results come in a few weeks. I'll update you on that. RP is on so many different medications and is taking a new food, but he did eat his dinner and he's in high spirits, so hopefully this is the last we'll hear about whatever he's got going on, as in like, you know, totally on the mend, but you know, we'll see. We're gonna monitor him obviously, but the dogs are doing good, which is nice. Hayden is upstairs now eating his soup. I had soup left over for dinner. Now Hayden's eating his soup upstairs. I think that's been one of the harder things this week too, is like we're both sick. Hayden's back at work and Hayden's also had to like watch the dogs while I watch the cats and take care of the cats, so it feels like we're like disconnected. I mean, I guess technically we spent a whole week together, but I do like the man, so I do enjoy spending a lot of time with him. Let's talk about my musings, shall we? They're not like super groundbreaking, but just things that have been on my mind if you wanted to know kind of how I'm doing and updates on certain things that I'm sure you're curious about. First up, I'm going to talk about kids. I think that was something that I didn't expect on my Disney trip. I think I've talked about it before. I think that my relationship with wanting to be a parent and or how I'm affected by others' relationships with being a parent changes over time for sure. I don't tend to be very like triggered by pregnancy announcements or by things like that, but I think because I've been seeing so many pregnancy announcements lately, because that's just that kind of time of year, and because I was around so many kids at Disney, I was just like, shit, man, I really want a kid. I really want to be a parent. So looking forward to the day that happens, but obviously that's not going to happen for me anytime soon, and I think really coming to terms with that is like challenging for sure. I don't ultimately get the say on whether or not I get pregnant, but I do get the say on whether or not I want to try to get pregnant, and the fact that I'm not doing that next year just kind of sucks. The election really reiterated my decision, I think, because there's just too much uncertainty in terms of like health risk and stuff right now, and yeah, I don't know, just tough. It was interesting, I guess, being affected more than I had assumed. And that's how you know that I want kids too. Because I wasn't annoyed by the kids at Disney. I was like, all these kids are so fucking cute. Like, I want to be a parent so bad. But yeah, I guess it was more just me sort of, I guess, acknowledging the surprise of that feeling, the surprise that came up, and you know, acknowledging that was a feeling that I had and still have, and that I'm just gonna have to deal with for the next year or more while I try to navigate like when the time to try is. So anyway, moving on, I wanted to give you a little bit of like a health and wellness update. I'm so excited to get back to my weight loss journey. It's like on the one hand, I'm super excited. On the other hand, I'm feeling a little bit like fatigued still. Mostly really excited to like get back to exercise. I have missed exercise so much. I was walking a lot in Disney, but like I want to go on my trail walks. I want to go to Pilates. I want to go weightlifting. Like I just miss it so much. I think the break was like good in that regard, because I think like the week or two before I went on my trip, I was like kind of burnt out on everything. Like I just didn't want to do it. And now I'm like excited to do it again. Still, I would say not super excited about the calorie deficit portion of things. And like obviously I can stop whenever I want to and I don't have to be in a calorie deficit, but I don't know, it's like I've set this goal for myself. I'm so proud of the progress I've made and I don't want to like give up on myself almost, you know? I mean, I want to check in with myself. It's not like if I don't hit a certain number, like I'm going to be totally disappointed or anything, but I feel in my soul that I'm not done yet. It's just a matter of like trying to summon the excitement, I guess, to be eating less food, you know? That's not something I'm like super jazzed about, but I am going to try and hop back into things next week. I am going to, I think, take it, I don't want to say super easy with the calorie deficit, but I think I won't be as militant over the month of December, just because I have so much going on in terms of chanmas content, and like that's just one of those things that I don't want to worry about, because I don't struggle a ton with food noise. But that being said, like if I am eating in a calorie deficit and I'm also exercising and I'm also doing a lot of work, like I can just see myself getting in my head too much about being like, oh, I'm hungry, I want a treat, I want a snack, I want this, that, or the other. And like, I don't want that. I don't want the food noise in my head while I'm like busy with other things. So I'm gonna try, and if it doesn't work out, then new year, new me, or whatever, I can just like get back into it. But yeah, genuinely so excited for exercise. I will say, I think I'm just generally ready, not only to like get back into things, but also to like be done with things. I think that's kind of where I'm at, is like I've gotten to like the halfway point in my journey, if you will. It feels like such an accomplishment and I'm so proud of myself and whatever, but like I'm also just ready for it to like be totally over. I want to be in maintenance. I want to work on building muscle. I want to do all these things, and I want to be there, like I want to say as quickly as possible. Like I want to do it as healthy as possible, but I'm also just like, oh, I'm sleepy. I just like I want to be there already, you know? And I haven't really felt that a ton through most of this. I've been pretty pleased with the things I'm doing and just like happy about the journey, but I think at times, especially lately, I've just been like, oh, it's like I want to be done. I want to be done already. Just musings. I haven't like set a firm plan on like what I'm going to be doing over the next like few months or whatever, but I will be getting back to exercise next week. That you can count on. And I'm so excited to do it. Definitely something that's on my mind. So thanks for getting deep with me. I don't know if it's really that deep. I just wanted to share some musings. Anything else to share? Oh, I have been reading. I've got my Kindle around here somewhere. Here she is. I finished a book yesterday that was actually cuckoo bananas. It was called If Only It Were True, which is the book that Just Like Heaven, that movie with Reese Witherspoon, is based on. That book was fucking crazy. Basically, our heroine's in a coma. She like gets hit by a car. Her spirit travels back to the apartment she used to live in, and then this guy comes and lives in the apartment, and he's the only one that can see the spirit of her fall in love. And at one point, he like not captures her. He takes her body from the hospital so that no one will pull the plug, so that he can find a way to reunite her soul and her body. It was not long, but it was a weird one. It was certainly a weird one. I kind of want to watch the movie because I've never seen it before, but that was strange. That was certainly strange. Now I'm still trying to finish the Vows. I was reading that a couple of weeks ago for the last vlog that y'all saw. How do I feel about it? Conceptually, I enjoy it. Am I enjoying the reading experience? Not so much. I don't know what it is about the writing that I'm just not gelling with. I think I like to give y'all critiques that really answer the question as to why I don't like something, but sometimes it's intangible, especially when it comes to writing. It's not like the grammar's terrible or anything like that. I think that I'm feeling like a lack of maybe like physical connection between the two characters, like not even physical connection, just like chemistry. There's just like a lack of chemistry. The chemistry that's being written is not something I love. That's how I'm going to try to sum it up. But yeah, the hero and heroine, they dated for a long time. They were like friends for a long time before they were dating, and they broke up. Now they're trying to like get things together for a friend's wedding because the wedding venue burned down or some shit. I don't know. And they're trying to like fight their feelings and attraction for each other. And they're both in like a different place than they were when they like broke up. And so obviously they're going to be like made for each other now. But I wanted to enjoy it because it is a second chance romance. On paper, like this should be something that works for me, but something about the writing is just not working. So I don't know. 50% in. I do want to finish this one tonight because it's been plaguing me. And I spent $11 on this ebook, so I don't want to DNF it. There's no reason for me to. I am going to follow through on it. And I want to find something different to read. And I'm really debating with myself what I want that to be and how I want to go about reading. I think what I really need to do at some point over the next like day or two is sit down and figure out like a reading schedule for December. I've been putting it off. I don't think it's going to be too terrible because I only have like a couple of planned videos going live in December. And by planned, I mean like videos I have to read for, like list videos. Everything else is like best books of the year, worst books of the year. I don't need to like read for those videos, obviously. Then it's like vlogs and stuff, but I do need to figure out what I need to read and if I have time to read fun things, because I would like to read some fun things. I'm definitely going to be reading some Christmas romances over the next few days and stuff for Chanmas, not this week but next week. But I want to know if there's anything else I can read. God, I had so much fun rereading that Allie Hazelwood stuff. So reread time. Is it time for me to like find some good new romances? I feel like December is always the time when I end up finding stuff that like doesn't end up making it on my best of the year because I've already filmed best of the year, but it ends up being a best of the year. What I do know is that Pepper is super cute, and I actually think it's almost time to feed the boys. So that's my cue to leave. I will see y'all tomorrow morning. Hello friends, happy Saturday. I'm all gussied up because I just filmed my Goodreads voice word prediction video and cleaned my bedroom, as y'all saw. I feel good about getting those two things done, and I am feeling so much better today. Also, I feel like the angles are a little weird. This camera, I like it, but I also don't want you to be too far away from me. God, what can I update you on? I did read a book. I did end up finishing the Vows, which we can talk about. And I also wanted to hop in with a third semi-deep chat. Not really, it's more just like a passing thought. It was something I forgot to talk about a couple of nights ago. But first, the Vows. I'm so conflicted about this one because I really did enjoy the way that this book ended. I thought it was so cute. I really liked seeing these two kind of like work on themselves and come back together. I think my complaint is though, like if I really had to sum up what I didn't totally love about this book was the lack of chemistry chemistry, obviously, between hero and heroine. Like, I don't feel like we saw enough of it on page. And just generally speaking, I don't feel like there was enough on page with these two. Obviously, so much of their relationship was kind of in the past and their problems were kind of in the past, but I feel like we could have done a better job at like getting them to reacquaint themselves in the present day in a way that like shows people why they should be together. Like, clearly both of these people have like worked on themselves and clearly they are in different places than when they first broke up, and it's very obvious to us how they could work in the present, not based on their actual personalities, but just because the circumstances have changed, right? Like, they broke up because of the hero's job and now he doesn't have that job anymore. Like, it seems like a foregone conclusion they'd be together, but that's kind of lazy. I feel like you see that same laziness. I don't even want to say laziness. That feels not nice. You see that kind of like convenience, I guess, when it comes to hero and heroine personality, right? Heroine has a mom who left her and a dad who was always too busy working to spend enough time with her, and so she's always sought like friendship and stuff to kind of make up for that hole in her life. And when the hero's too committed to his job, she is obviously like upset at that. The hero has a dad who like lost his job during the recession, couldn't make ends meet, and so the hero feels like he needs to like work really hard to make sure that doesn't happen to him. It just felt a little bit too, I don't want to say convenient, but it's like I wanted there to be a little bit more nuance there, right? I think trauma tends to rear its head in sometimes obvious ways, but maybe like less obvious ways as well. And I think having both the hero and heroine like such easily explained wounds and having the other character like be reflective of that wound, I don't know, it just felt a little bit too convenient. I don't know. Is that weird to say? Is it weird to say that that's convenient? But like, it didn't work for me. And once I noticed that, I was like, I wish there was just a little bit more nuance to it. So ultimately, I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I didn't hate it. It was not anywhere near perfect for me. Glad I finished it though. And I started Lights Out by Nevessa Allen, which I think I'm gonna read next, but I haven't gotten far enough in to like really tell you my thoughts and feelings. So we're gonna read a dark romance together. I know it's gonna be a time. It's gonna be interesting. So that is something that we're gonna be doing together. I feel like I abandoned you yesterday, and I have to say, I don't want to say I took a turn for the worse. Like, I'm feeling so much better. I was just exhausted yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie, I slept most of the day, which makes me feel like a lazy piece of shit, but since I'm recovering from illness, I'm trying to cut myself some slack, so that's really where I've been. And now today I'm cleaning, and then tomorrow I'm also gonna be cleaning. I cleaned the bedroom, I vacuumed, which I didn't get on camera, I don't think, but I am feeling like I'm getting prepped for Christmas, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about, sort of in a roundabout sort of way. A thing I forgot to talk to you about a couple of days ago is the idea of like overconsumption. I don't have anything like super profound to say, but it's really been on my mind, I would say, like the past week or so, just this idea of like, when is enough and how I want to approach holidays going forward and or just life in general. I wouldn't say that any of my thoughts are like super profound on this or that I've like come to any conclusions, but I think that for so long I've had this like dichotomy in my brain of watching a lot of like decluttering, simplification, minimalism content and like anti-waste content and things like that and been attracted to it. And then on the other hand, being so influenced by TikTok and YouTube and all these different things to like buy. I feel like it's constant war in my brain, and I'm starting to like draw, I guess, comparisons to how I'm feeling about consumption with how I used to feel about health and fitness. It was like what my values weren't matching up with how I was actually acting. And I'm kind of feeling that way about my consumption, honestly. And it's tough, I think, with consumption especially. And honestly, same with health and fitness, because so much like dopamine and so many emotions are tied to how we spend money or like how much food we eat or what foods we eat, that sort of thing. I think for me, I've just been feeling a little overwhelmed by stuff, been wanting to buy more at the same time. I feel like I've been especially overwhelmed lately with just like clothing and that sort of like material belonging, but I've also been just so excited about Christmas and thinking like, okay, do I have enough Christmas decor? Like I kind of want to get some new stuff just to like make things feel fresh. And I keep coming back to the conclusion of like, I don't need anything really, like at all. Why am I spending money on stuff that's kind of not stupid, but yeah, that's like just more to manage and like more to have to think about. And I also want to say that like being able to think about these things or engage in these conversations is obviously like predicated on a lot of privilege, like being able to decide how much you want to spend on like non-essential things. Like there's so much privilege involved in that. Just because you have material means doesn't mean you shouldn't evaluate your spending. You know what I mean? My spending is not ruining my life or anything. The amount of things that I have isn't ruining my life. I'm not a hoarder. Don't think that means that reflection is not a good thing or that we shouldn't try to do the best that we can, especially given our values. And I think, I don't know, I want to do a little bit more reflection on like what my values are around things and like not necessarily just breaking down like what, categories I should be spending money in versus not, but just generally speaking, like what I want my ethos to be around things, because I've been feeling uncomfortable with it for a while. Obviously a weird place to be, being online, being an influencer, having like affiliate links and things like that, but also feeling like, I don't know, I don't want to overconsume. I don't want to have an insane amount of shit that I don't use. I don't know. I don't think this is ever going to be me being like a minimalist. I would like to do some maybe deeper thinking on overconsumption. So I don't know, just something that's been on my mind lately. I go back and forth all the time on like my relationship with things, and I think the reason I go back and forth is because I have not developed an actual like system or value set around these things, if that makes sense. Much to think about. But I think it's also on my mind too, because as I am, you know, so satisfied with the health and fitness side of my life, and so satisfied with my ability to like make change in that part of my life, it does make me want to make change in the other part of my life as well. And a little bit more thinking I think is good. And obviously I did like a no buy for a little bit, and that was nice, but you know, I think there's more work that can be done for sure, and I would like to do it. So I'll probably like be bringing this up more in the future, and maybe like telling you my thoughts and feelings as time goes on. But that is that on that. It is, if anyone was curious, 3 p.m. on Saturday. I think that Hayden and I are going to have to pick up food because we ran out of soup. Run in and grab us takeout somewhere. I don't know what my plans for the rest of the night look like. Probably reading more of Lights Out. Update you as we go. Tomorrow it's just gonna be more cleaning, more reading. I know this is not exactly like the exciting vlog that you were maybe expecting me coming back from Disney, but you know, such is life, such is illness, and I still wanted to film because I wanted to have some motivation, I guess, to prep for chanmas, which is coming soon. So excited about it. Hello friends, it is Tuesday, actually. Probably the same day that you're seeing this vlog. I'm a little bummed because not only was I sick with a cold, COVID, whatever it was, I had food poisoning on Sunday, and I also lost 2 of the last clips for this vlog. So, you know, it just wasn't meant to be a long one. It wasn't meant to be an exciting one. It is getting posted, God willing. I wanted to sit and, well, you know, close off the vlog, but also let you know how I felt about Lights Out by Navessa Allen. That was the majority of like the last clips that just didn't make it in the vlog. I wanted to let you know that I kind of enjoyed it. I was sort of surprised. So this is like a dark romance that's been circulating, and I really thought that it was going to make it into Goodreads Choice Awards. I don't know why. I think because it's had so much buzz on TikTok. I don't know. I feel like it falls into the camp of like Butcher and Blackbird for sure, with the sort of like humor balancing out the dark romance side of things. And yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect going into this, like whether it would really be funny, whether it would be sexy to me, whether I would be offended by it. But I have to say, though it wasn't my perfect romance, while I'm only going to give this book 3 stars, I actually did enjoy what this book like set out to do and how it accomplished that. So I can't remember the name of the hero and heroine because it's been a couple of days since I finished this book, but his name's Josh, I think, and her name's Alyssa. Ooh, look at me remembering things. Alyssa is really into TikToks of like masked men, thirst traps of like guys without shirts on and like a mask on. It's like kind of her kink. She's sort of into it, and she kind of likes the idea of like danger in romance. She is a trauma nurse at hospital and isn't really pursuing relationships. She's been hooking up with the same guy for a while. I think his name's like Tyler or something like that, but it's been a dry spell for her. It's been like 2 months since she's hooked up with Tyler, and she hits him up and she's like, hey, like, do you want to fuck? And he's like, okay, it's been 2 months. I have a girlfriend now, and no. Our heroine has been like commenting on this one particular masked guy's stuff on TikTok repeatedly, and our hero realizes that the person who has been commenting, Alyssa, is his roommate's ex-hookup. So Tyler and Josh, I believe his name is, are roommates. Yeah, they were roommates. So he realizes that like she is obsessed with his alter ego and he wants to kind of pursue her. He does some kind of unhinged shit to do that, and while she's kind of scared, she's also kind of into it. He does some light stalking. He definitely like plants cameras in her house, like typical dark romance sort of things, but our heroine is like into this. She is into the way that our hero is pursuing her. She likes this idea of danger. There's like knife play and like a bunch of other stuff in this story that like might not be for everybody, but at its core, the romance between Josh and Alyssa is very healthy. They're very communicative about their desires. She lets him know if stuff like isn't for her, and he is kind of a golden retriever. Like, has a little bit of trauma in his past, well, a lot of trauma in his past. His dad was a bad guy, let's just say. And our hero definitely worries about turning out like his dad, so he definitely has like boundaries around the things that he's willing to do and like the lengths that he's going to go to do this like depraved stuff, I guess, with a heroine. I don't know. It was fun. It was funny. I liked their relationship. I think my only complaint was at like the 50% mark. Well, my only complaint. The 50% mark and on of this book, I thought got a little bit muddled. There's kind of like a mafia subplot line that I didn't think needed to be in there. I also felt like this book just felt a little bit longer than it needed to be as well. I feel like I could have been completely satisfied had it just been a typical romance, not trying to do that much. I wasn't mad at it. Like, it was a perfectly enjoyable time, and I like read the whole thing. So I think if you like Butcher and Blackbird and you haven't read this, I think you should pick it up, because I do think it like fits in that sort of vein of dark romance. And I will say I am liking where dark romance is going. I really didn't like H.D. Carlton's Haunting Adeline, and a lot of dark romances now try to be as dark as possible, even within the romance itself. And I feel like the dark romances that I tend to enjoy tend to be dark surroundings, but a healthy romance. I don't really like when there is coercion or consent issues. Typically in dark romance, it's not really for me. I really like when relationship's healthy, but it's a mafia romance, or there's other like dark setting or dark elements. I think if you're looking for something different, it might be worth a try. It was a good palate cleanser for me after reading the Vows. I say as if that book was bad. It was not bad, but this one I flew through comparatively. I did have the audiobook, which probably helped, but that is pretty much it for me. I wish that I had some exciting updates for you. I don't even remember what else I said in those other 2 clips that I lost besides telling you about Lights Out. I am presently filming for Chanmas. I am presently decorating my house, and you're going to be seeing those vlogs come December 1st. So be on the lookout for those. But thanks so much for watching this vlog. If you stayed the whole time, comment a turkey emoji. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.